Hey folks, and welcome to another West Yorkshire Retro Gamer stream, and more importantly, another WIRG League Cup preview and review show. I am delighted to be joined, as always. Oh, Jesus, that's bloody loud. 1 second, sorry. My God, that was a deafening alert. Matthew, welcome in first off the bat. How are you doing? Delighted to be joined as always by the awesome opossum. That is Trina. One vital part. Oh,
I made it!
You made it! I know. It's fantastic. Where's Noah? Have we heard from him?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's another one. It's another one of these results shows, and my God, have the results come up with something different yet again. This competition is proving to be the best season that we have had to date up to now. Matthew's really happy. Good man, good man. What's happened on your side, Matthew? Hope everything's good. Certainly sounds it. Yeah, we just need Noah to join us. Road Minute Dragoon, and then we've got the full team in. Well, Jackie's still on her sabbatical, so there we go. So,
Noah could still be sleeping at this hour.
Ooh, this is quite early for him actually, isn't it? Oh crap. Yeah. No, that's a very fair point, Rena. Yeah, it's only like, what, 25 to 9 for him or something, roughly. I think he's about 8 hours back. So 7 or 8, something like that, isn't it? Wow. Yeah. I keep forgetting this is a really early stream. For me, anyway. Oh, Matthew just woke up from a dream. Hope it was a good one. Let's get straight into it. So, week 3 results. Oh, this is so good. Like, every week keeps bringing something new up, and I love it. So, as you can see there, the scores.
I'm so excited for Rob. Rob did so good.
This is like to claw it back in just 1 week after 2 naffers. I mean, wow. Standout performance for me, just in terms of the circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, we've had some terrific performances on a very, very difficult game. Let's just put that out there. Sonic is not easy. Brandon, welcome in. How are you doing over on YouTube? And Mr. J Gaming, that is Justin. Welcome in, and thank you for the double on Facebook. How are you doing, good sir? Welcome in. So, yeah, we'll start from 12th and work upwards. We did have some sad news this week that Dana Outcast has unfortunately had to withdraw for the remainder of the season. The generic rule that we've put in for this season is that 2 no runs will result in being disqualified from the rest of the season, so that's why he's still in there. And yeah, that's you know, he will only be officially removed once his 2 no runs have taken effect. He does still have time to come back if he decides to change his mind, and that's why we've not just automatically taken him out, albeit he did make it kind of official in the chat. So we wish Dan all the very, very best. We thank him for taking part, and you know, hope to either have you back for the rest of the season or to come and join us again in season 6. So, I mean, Justin, there is a very tiny smidge of Scottish in me. Very tiny. On my mum's side. Yeah, Kirby. I've got Kirby meowing her head off, and she's the quietest cat I've ever owned. That's strange. That's very weird. Yeah, no, Justin said, "Yo, Clive, my Scottish brethren." Like, yeah. On my mum's side, like, her maiden name's Turner, so she's got a little bit of Scottish in her. And on my dad's side, there's a little bit of Welsh in him, hence the surname Morris. So, yeah, I was born in England, and more importantly, born in West Yorkshire. That's me. Hey. Enough about me. This has got nothing to do with me. This is all to do with these brave boys that are churning out runs every week. So, yeah, so that's the news about Dan. As I say, we wish him all the very best, and he's always welcome back if he ever wants to. So, moving on to those who did run. In terms of the individual weekly performances there, Ken, thankfully he did get a run in, and he really wasn't feeling very well. So fair play to Ken for getting anything in there at all, and not bad for the time that he got. He got the first 2 zones done in about 10 minutes. So he was on reasonable form, but yeah, hopefully Ken feels better going into week 4. But ultimately Ken gets the 1 point. So with Dan being removed, well, with Dan not running there, he obviously gets 0, and that then eliminates the 0.5. So Ken has ended up with 1 point. After that, 10th place, Kevin, Scottish Retro Gamer. Sonic, definitely not in Kevin's vocabulary. He struggled a little bit, but did get slightly further than Ken, and so therefore gets himself the 1.5. Gil, he was next up. Gil had a technical issue with his stream. It very dramatically ended, and so unfortunately we were only able to grade him up to the point that he got to until his stream shut down. So Gil narrowly beat Kevin, and so therefore Gil gets 9th place and he gets 2 points. Moving on, Mike. Very decent run for Mike. You know, certainly an improvement on previous weeks as far as Mike's concerned. So really pleased for Mike there. He finished ahead of Gil and gets himself 2.5 points. So that definitely helps claw things up in and around that bottom area, or around that bottom half. Next we have Russell, the Wookie Dome. Russell's run was the first one that really started to get through a very decent chunk of the game, and Russell finished narrowly outside of Cameron. So Russell gets the 3 points, and then after that, Cameron, he had a very unfortunate run. He was doing pretty well, and then he lost all his lives and all continues that were given to him at the time, which was not very many. This sent him back to the start of the game, but he still had over half an hour of the run remaining, I believe, so he was able to then actually improve how much further he got in the second half of his run. So, you know, real credit to Cameron for continuing and grinding out a result there. So, with that in mind, Cake Style gets 3.5 points for that. Then James, Shy Guy Classic, did pretty well, and that got him a score of 4 points as well. Moving on to the, for me, under the circumstances, the run of the week. Rob, fantastic. Like he finished last in week 1. He did a no run week 2, but my God, did he come back this week? 4th place, man. Absolutely brilliant. And the first half hour of his stream was basically trying to sort out all the bloody tech issues. So for him to come back like that, yeah, like, so in terms of where we were at in terms of the game, folks, like, Rob got up to the Metropolis area, and narrowly beat out James by one act. So absolutely phenomenal effort from Rob, and you know, as you'll see with the points, very, you know, I mean, you can see it on the screen anyway, but when you look at the points now, everything in that bottom 4 now is tight as anything now, and that result from Rob has just clawed everything back up. It's brilliant. I love seeing this. It's great. And Rob even said on his stream, he actually said on his stream, this is proof that whenever you think the chips are down, never give up, keep trying. Or words to that effect. He said those kind of words on his Sonic run. Something like when everything's against you, just keep battling, keep going. And that's exactly what Rob did. So I have no shame in giving Rob an absolutely huge shout out on this one. Fantastic. Imagine what Rob might be able to do if he can continue that kind of form throughout the season. He's gonna get into top half. You know, if he can keep that up. This is all on that bottom half now to really step up their game, because Rob's clawed that big, what would have been a big gap. If Rob had had one more bad result, it'd have been cut adrift. So what a bounce back. Bounce back ability at its best. There you go. And then Toby. What a debut season Toby's having. Right, let's put this out there. I didn't even know about Toby. Toby was drafted into the competition by Noah, and Toby's doing absolutely excellent. Very, very consistent. And being as hardly any of us knew what his capabilities were, we're certainly finding out he's a player. He's a definite player, is Toby, and a fantastic third place. Really, really good run from Toby. And you know, maybe on another day could have gotten even a touch further on the game. So what can we say about the top two? I mean, they're bloody good, aren't they? I mean, let's just point that out. Chris, Captain Tendo Gaming, he reached the final boss. Unfortunately, couldn't quite beat that final Robotnik, but a phenomenal run. And you know, Chris seemed to feel really gutted on his run. He's got no reason to. A fantastic run. Anyone that can get into that death egg zone in an hour, you know, it's really good stuff. And the only thing that anyone could do to beat Chris for this week was to actually beat the game, and Jay did just that with about 5 minutes remaining, I believe. A fantastic run. Jay beats the game, rocking retro. So Chris comes away with the 5.5 points. Jay comes away with the maximum 6 points. 5 points for Toby as well. I don't know if I mentioned the points he got. I don't even think I mentioned the points for Rob actually. So the points that Rob got at RTK, he gets 4.5, and that now is crucial at the bottom half, as we will go through the points right now. So in that bottom bit, Gil takes a bit of a hit and drops down to 12th place as things stand with 4.5 after 3 weeks. And then we've got a three-way tie with Ken at Sandblasted, Mike at Mr. 63, and Rob at RTK, all on 5 points. It is as close as you could possibly get in that bottom four there, and it's anyone, you know, if any of those boys can start up in their game a little bit, they'll be up into that mid-table section quicker than they can blink. Really good stuff. You know, let's not just focus on what's going on at the top. There is action at the bottom here, and it's close. It really is. Kevin, a little bit of a gap there, forming between Ken and Kevin there. Kevin, Scottish Retro Gamer, now on 8 points. So a little bit of a dip for Kevin there, but he admitted himself Sonic's not his best, which is fair enough. Dan's still on 8 points there, obviously with the no run, and as I say, if you know runs next week, then that'll be it for Dan for the season. Russell, 8.5 points, comfortably in that mid-table section there, right at the bottom of the top half, and ultimately, you know, this is where the gap starts forming now. Goes right up to Cameron in 5th, who has 11.5 points, and then you've got a little bit of a gap forming there, 1.5 points up to Toby at Tobalones with 13. James Shy Guy Classic on 14. Chris, Captain Tendo, 16.5 points. And look at this, just half a point now separates Captain Tendo with Rockin' Retro. It's going to be an epic battle throughout the season. I can see it now, and we're only 3 weeks in. You know, it really is high standard stuff, and yeah, an absolute battle between those two top competitors, Jay and Chris. So there we have it, folks. That is basically the rundown for the results there. Trina, any final thoughts on the results?
No, I'm just here for moral support.
I think I'm the one that needs moral support here. I'm just going through the motions. Good week though, wasn't it? Eh? Really good week. As I say, seeing how well Toby and Rob did, you know, and Jay and Chris, you know, fantastic in those top 2 runs, and as I say, Toby and Rob really, you know, really kind of putting a stance out there for the rest of them, saying, you know, you lot need to maybe practice Sonic a little more. I won't want to, personally. I don't like Sonic. Like, I don't hate it. Like, I don't hate the franchise. I'm just crap at it. It's that simple. And you know what? Just a shout out as well for Lily, Trina's daughter, who did a superb little run of her own on, you know, deputising for Trina on the unofficial there, reaching Mystic Caves, which I find to be a horrible zone anyway, and she got there quick. She got there in half an hour. You know what I mean? It was good. It was good pace, and you know, just how brave she was. I love that. Like, you know, she's never streamed before, and she just the focus was there, the concentration, really good control of Sonic. Sonic is not an easy character to control with all the bloody speed that goes on in that game. She did fantastic. So big shout out, and you know, congratulations to Lily for giving that a really good go. Really good stuff. My result was...
I'm just so thankful I did not have to run it. I don't like Sonic.
It's not for everyone, is it, Trina? That is absolutely for sure. Yeah, I don't blame you for being glad for not having to do it. Noah did very well, actually. Noah reached Metropolis, so he was on the similar kind of level as Rob. So Noah would be up in around the 4th place area, 4th or 5th. I did beat Mystic Cave. I got to Oil Ocean 1, so that would have put me around maybe Russell Cameron area, I think, if I remember. So yeah, that's that really. So let us get onto the week 4 details. Week 4 already. Where's this bloody flying by? It's crazy. I hope this works. Why is that showing us Sonic? Feck off. Excuse my French, I had this sorted a minute ago. Do apologise. Please bear with, my friend. Please bear with. Yeah, it's definitely week 4. Something's going wrong. Screw it. I'll do it a different way. Boom. There we go. And if I just sort all the sides out, then we'll be good. And don't worry, I know half of stuff's not in view there, but it will be. Uno momento. Apologies for this, folks. You have everything completely lined up and sorted, and then some stupid thing technologically happens, and there's bog all you can do about it. And then you go live, and you get this situation, and it's poop, unfortunately. However, not something that we can't fix, so panic not. Do, 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 do. It will not look this narrow, I promise you. Brand on. Urban Physical Confrontation second iteration is this week's game. What? Give me that in a more simplistic term, please, Brandon. I have no idea. Right, here we go. Oh, are we bothered about the gap between the pictures? Don't think it matters. Alright, you can see what they are, so it's all good. Kevin, you've just missed out on the results, mate. But welcome in. Thank you for the like. You had a bit of a struggle, Kev, but you're still in that mid-table section, so you'll be alright. And you can watch the replay for the first half. Street Fighter equals Urban Physical Competition. Ah, got you. Oh, second iteration as in Street Fighter 2. Got you. Right, yeah. Making sense now, Brandon. Come on. Yep. No, totally get it. Right, okay. You know what, because it will bug me, I will just very quickly just squidge these up a little. They're not going to be completely together, as in like the same size, but I don't care now. I don't care. I have been let down by technology, as per bloody usual. Of course there'd be a line. Get it picking out. Can't be helped. That's what I'm talking about. See, that looks better. It looked like that before I went live, so I don't really know what's going on. But there we go. Right. Okay. So, Kevin Davis, Red Ranger 2010 on the tube. How are you doing, man? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. So, Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. Completely different game again. It does, Brandon. The power of Yorkshire tea absolutely does the trick. I cannot lie. Right. So, let's go through these rules. Because some players don't read them. So, I'll read them for you. Week 4 starts Monday, 12 PM midday, 24th of March, and ends 11:59 Saturday, 29th of March. These are England times, also known as GMT. Please check your own time zones to ensure your run falls within these times. God, it takes a lot of breath doing all these rules. Your run must be completed by that end time. Any part of your run that goes past that time will not be counted in your final result. Week 4's game is Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers for the Super Nintendo. Please make sure you play the right version of Street Fighter 2. There are umpteen versions. Turbo being the best one, but we're doing new challengers for this week. Before you start your run, please scroll down to the options screen so that the judges can see you have it on 4-star difficulty. And yes, on the time limit. The button configuration you can choose as you wish, so whatever button you want to punch or kick or whatever, that's up to you. The aim of your run is to complete the game with as many different fighters as you can in the fastest time possible within 1 hour. If you don't complete the game within 1 hour with at least one fighter, your result will be based on the time that you beat your furthest round within your furthest fight. So what we mean by that is that if, with Street Fighter 2 being best of 3 rounds, if you do win one of those rounds, that round counts. So again, heavily based on progression, every round counts. So don't give up on your fight. On any fight you do, do not give up. Every round that you win counts. Obviously, if you're on a repeat fight and you keep winning one round and keep losing, you're not gaining any further ground. But it's all about how far through you get each run. Very important that. As always, no cheats or glitches allowed, and this includes not using turbo buttons. Alright, we all have to suffer if we use Honda or Chun-Li and want to do the 100 hand slap or the lightning kick. Come on now. If it gives you a sore thumb, think of alternatives. And Honda's one of my go-to characters. I have to suffer it. Consistency is the key. You're not wrong, Kev. You're absolutely right with that, mate. Absolutely right. And so, in the unlikely event that there is a tie between competitors where they either beat the game or reach the same number of fights or rounds at the exact same time, the tiebreaker will be the run that lost the least number of rounds within the hour. Ken Masters is your guy? Yeah. Mine's Honda. Probably followed by Bison. I'm not too bad with Vega and Balrog. I'm average with the likes of Ryu, Ken and Sagat, which tend to be the 3 favourites of most players of Street Fighter. My weakest is Zangief, I would think. I'm pretty poor with Zangief. But anyway, there we go. Right, so please show the full game screen in view, and the timer must also be in view on your stream. Your timer starts when you gain control of your first fighter and ends once the 1 hour has expired. If you gain a full completion with a fighter, you can reset your emulator once your final score has been confirmed after beating M. Bison. So you get that final round victory against Bison, and it'll go boom. That's when you reset. You don't have to go through the final story mode to see the final story at the end of the victory. As soon as that score is confirmed, boom, reset your emulator and go again. But please remember what I'm about to tell you. You must keep the same fighter until completion, so be very careful with that. If you lose a fight and then you press continue, don't go rushing. Make sure you select the same fighter. If you accidentally choose a wrong one, you will have to lose that round or lose that fight and then select the right fighter thereafter, and that will lose you some valuable time. Okay, so be very careful on that. So as I say, you must use the same fighter until completion, and then you can change to another, but you can only use each fighter once each, meaning that once you get a completion with Honda, for example, you cannot use Honda again in your run. Just giving that as an example. Please remember that after resetting your emulator, you will need to change your settings back to the above set in the rules. When you beat the game and you start again, I mean, if you were just going through the whole story mode, it would actually increase your star difficulty. So just make sure that when you reset it, go to the options again and just quickly check that the settings are still on for and that you've still got the correct buttons for your punch and your kick and all that kind of thing. Very important that that's down to you guys to manage. That's not down to me nor Trina. That is down to you guys to manage, okay? But we're making you aware of it now. So that's all good. And so please stream your official run at the very start of your stream. This makes it easier for the judging team. If you want to play something else after Super Street Fighter 2, the new challenges, that's fine, but please remember the deadline for the run itself if your stream is left to the last minute. Meaning that if you start your stream at, say, I don't know, 11:01 PM my time, your stream then is going to go past that midnight point. So just be very careful that you're not too close to that very final bit. Give yourself a bit of time, folks. No harm in moving on to another game and then that goes over midnight on the Saturday. That's absolutely fine. What you do after the Street Fighter is entirely up to yourself. But for your actual run itself, that must be within the time parameters. As mentioned, anything that's not will not count. And that could make a big difference. If you make a balls up of that could make a difference. So, with all that in mind, for your official run to count, it must be streamed to either Facebook, YouTube or Kick. You can multi-stream it to other platforms if you wish, but the run will not be scored on any other platform except these three. And then, one of the most important bits of the entire list of rules. If you have any questions of the above, please let me know or Trina know as soon as possible. Don't ask something with like half a day remaining. Aaron! Mr. ARG, welcome in. Exclusively to the tube, folks. Do please check Aaron Ryan out on the tube. Bit of a Rocket League maestro. So if you like your Rocket League or if you like your Irish fellas, go check him out. Tube! Aaron knows the score. Yes, he does. And also we've got a massive followage from Kevin over on the Facebook. 1,371 days. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, any questions at all, please, 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 ask me, Noah and Trina. And ask us nice and early. Please. We really hope that you're asking like Monday, Tuesday, not Friday or Saturday, ideally. I mean, you can ask us any time of the week, but, you know, if you ask us earlier, we can answer it earlier. And then that might help others as well. So there we go. Trina, any final thoughts on the rules at all?
Nope.
Nope. Cool. I get the feeling that you keep hunting for the unmute button on your Discord. Oh, bless you. Kevin says, that reminds, I got another capture card and I'm going to test it out either today or sometime this week.
No, I did find it, but it's like really, really delayed. I'm assuming your YouTube's running slow.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the sound coming from the YouTube, it would be the sound coming from the Discord. So, I don't know. Strange. Oh, well, it's all good. No, that's great. Yeah, there we go. I just noticed, what's that weird queue in the bottom corner of the new Challengers picture?
It's all good. I've been here anyway.
Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely groovy. So, with all that in mind then, you know the results, you know the rules. Anything that you want to ask, please do. Just pop it in the group chat, or if you want to ask us individually, you can do. So, that is week 4, folks. Practice your Hadoukens, your Sonic Booms, your Tiger Shots, all that jazz, you're going to need them. Psycho Crusher. Yeah, man. Kevin says, now that I have Kick, I'm going to try that as well. Ah, nice one, man. Pop your page name in chat. I'll give you a follow on Kick there, Kev. I've got Kick. I do use it. Kick's very quiet, man. But if you can kind of get a groove with it all and kind of find out what brings in the algorithm and brings in the viewers, I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. I keep Kick as a backup because you never know what might happen. Noah, welcome in. How you doing, man? Good to see you. We've got the Discord open now if you want to come in and have a quick chat with us. Totally optional, but it's there if you want to. There's the other part of my judging team there, folks. Over on the YouTube side, the absolutely fantastic Noah at Rogue Medic Dragoon. Yeah. We've got Jay Black. That is rocking retro. I kind of feel like we need to put the results back up here. Jay might like them. And so, and you know what? With Noah coming in, actually, I will do that anyway. Just so you've got a little look at it there, Noah. That's the full rules. As you know about Street Fighter, nothing actually changed previously there, so that's all good. But yeah, I'll just bring up the results. Just bear with me on that one. I'll just have to adjust the dimensions on it again and get rid of the croppage again. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all.
I'm going to have to head out, but I'm sure I'll be talking to you later.
Yep, no problem, Trina. All good. Hope you and the kids have, hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and you know where I am if you need help. And as always, Trina, a massive thank you for your help that you do with the LC. Massively appreciate it. Tell you something, folks. Without Noah and Trina, this competition would not exist. It really wouldn't. I can't do this on my own. I say it every week, and it's because I mean it every week. Noah and Trina are absolutely bloody fantastic, and I would be lost without the two of you. I really would. Nah, you weren't, Kev. You weren't rock bottom, mate. You were low, but not rock bottom. So, for the purpose of Noah and Kevin and Jay, as you boys have just come in, as you can see there, in terms of the weekly positions for week 3, so Dan did a no run and he has officially announced that he's dropping out, but he is still welcome back. The 2 no run rule still applies for Dan, so that's why he's still on the table there. If he does 2 no runs, then that's the point when we officially remove Dan from it. But he's welcome back. If he don't come back for this season, he's always welcome back for season 6. Yeah, totally agree with you there, Kev. Totally agree, mate. And so, yeah, so Dan did a no run, as we know, for the reasons that we know, and then Ken wasn't feeling very well, but he did get a run in. Ken finished 1 level before yourself there, Kev. Just to give you a perspective of where you were at. Ken actually did his proportion fairly quickly. He got the first 2 zones beaten in 10 minutes, which is respectable, but he was feeling very poorly. So fair play to Ken for getting a run in there. Kevin, as you can see there, mate, you got 10th. And from an overall perspective, you're still mid-table. You're still mid-table after week 3, so you've got nothing to worry about. Everything's absolutely fine. A fantastic run from your Scottish counterpart there, Kev. You have a look at where Rob finished. Chris Tendo, welcome in, dude. Yeah, we've just reverted back to the results actually. We've got a few of you popping in now. In terms of the rules, just give it a quick glance. Just watch the replay later on. Yeah, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Cheers for the like. Another good week for you there, Chris. Another really good week for you. The only thing that anybody could do to beat you this week was to actually beat the game. So fair play to you. Yeah, fantastic run. And yeah, so that basically meant that everything all really tightened up at the in the bottom half of the table. Really good stuff from Rob. I mean, like Toby and Rob, when you take away how good those top 2 runs were, or when you look at then all the other runs, the runs from Toby and Rob really do stand out. Rob had a nightmare first 2 weeks. He's come back with a bang with 4.5 points. Hey Noah, how are you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Okay. Very good.
Doing all right, yeah? Good man. How's things outside at LC going? I mean, you obviously don't need to go into detail about what it is, but is everything else going the way? Everything going okay for you? I don't know if we've got like a delay on the Discord there or something, because it was the same thing.
Just been planning something else, but
yeah. Is all that going okay for you? Are you on the right track with everything?
what's up?
You know where me and Trina are if you need anything. We're both fully behind whatever anything that you do. Anything you're doing on the background there.
Results look good though.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. As I say, we've just both been worried about you because you've been quite quiet, for the last week. But as I say, we do wish we do both wish you
Kind of
the
take
very
a
best.
little bit of hiatus with Discord a little bit.
That's fine, man. That's fine. You gotta do what's best for you. You gotta do what's best for you. I've said this about anyone and anything. Your health comes first, and everything else that's going on outside of, it's just a gaming competition. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't important compared to people's health and well-being. So whatever you've got going on in the background, you know where me and Trina are if you need us. Yeah. So
Right.
in terms of these results, as I say, a couple of cracking results for some of the players here, and look at the overall picture. Look how tight it is at the bottom now. That result for Rob closes everything right up in that bottom half now. It's really good stuff. And again,
Very unexpected.
it's fantastic. Honestly, like when I saw when you bear in mind that with Rob's run, the first 20 minutes or so were all tech issues, and he was trying to get around it all, which could have affected him mentally, but he didn't. He absolutely cracked on with it. Did a really good run. I think it was very similar to your run, Noah. Like I think he got to Metropolis area. Can't remember which zone now, but he no, he did really well.
Mine was Act 3. He did a good job, as far as I remember.
Yeah. No, he really did. And I mean, in terms of the judges' runs, Noah, you got the win this week. You absolutely annihilated me and Lily.
No surprise there, honestly.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, you've got Lily who's only just come across the game a week ago, and you've got me who's terrible at most Sega games.
Well, that and I played it for God knows how long.
Well, I mean, this is it. You're the experienced one of the three of us, for that game. But you still did a really good run. Like, you're pretty high up in the list.
I mean, everybody did it personally.
Oh, there were some good runs. There were some good runs this week. Really was. Yeah, I mean, you've got Jay who beat the game. You've got
Absolutely.
Chris reached the final boss. And then you had some people that reached Metropolis. You had others that were like Oil Ocean, Hilltop. There wasn't really a crap run in any of them, to be honest. It's a difficult game. Unless you are experienced on it, it is a very tricky
It
game.
is.
And like even Jay, who won the week, Jay mentioned himself that this was a very trolley game. Because of the sheer speed that Sonic moves at across the screen, it's very difficult to control. And some very trolley bits from some of the generic enemies as well. So yeah, that was that really. I would dead proud of Lily, Trina's daughter. I thought she's been very brave. She'd never streamed before. She didn't really know what to expect with it. Didn't know what to expect. Like there wasn't kind of like that official run syndrome because she'd never done an official run before or an unofficial run. So really good effort from her as well. And yeah, as I say. The thing I like the most about this week is that it's ended up being really different to the other 2 weeks. So like it's really competitive. There's no one running away with anything. There's no one being cut adrift anywhere. It's just really, really competitive, which is that's what we wanted, wasn't it? So yeah, really, really good stuff. So yeah, there we have it. That is the results for week 3. Week 4, Street Fighter 2, obviously. New challenges. Gone through the rules just before you got in the stream there, Noah. And yeah, I think everything's pretty straightforward. It's standard fighting game rules, really. Stick with the same fighter. Change once Bison's ass is kicked. Don't use the same fighter twice. Or more than once, and get as many fights and as many fight wins and as many round wins in as you can. That's the consensus, really. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's not my favourite of the Street Fighter games. I do prefer Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but no, it's what it is, and yeah, we'll see how it pans out. Noah, I think we might have one of your games coming up very soon, haven't we? After Street Fighter, isn't Shock Troopers after Street Fighter possibly? I haven't got the sheet up to double check, but it feels
I believe so.
it feels like it could be coming up. So that'll be a week that you'll enjoy.
Let me look.
Yeah.
I would hope everyone else would be able to enjoy it myself.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. Not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. I wasn't fantastic at it, but then again, I never played it. So yeah, no, I think people will get some enjoyment out of that one. See, it's good soundtrack, good graphics, plays quite straight.
Yeah, it's actually literally right after this.
Ah, nice. Very good, very good. Yeah, I think Urgi's is like 8 or 9 or something in terms of weeks. I think Urgi's is quite low down in it.
8, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit later on, but that's all good. That's all good. Kev's gonna do some more practice on Street Fighter 6.
That's alright.
Oh yeah. It's worked out really nicely in terms of the orders of the games because you've got a completely different type of game and a completely different system every week. Which obviously results in what we've got at the moment. Where we're getting all these different results every week, which is brilliant. I don't think it could have worked out much better. I'm really looking forward to seeing how everyone does it. Cheers for the like and share there, Kev. Much appreciated, mate. Yeah, hope you're enjoying Street Fighter 6 there, Kev. I've had a little look at it, and I'm a bit hit and miss on it because I think they've gone down a different
It's
direction.
a nice one.
Yeah, I think they went down a bit of a different direction, didn't they? No, I mean you've got Street Fighter 6, haven't you? I think.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like an adventure mode.
Yeah. Some kind of like proper story mode, adventure mode, as you say. Yeah. It's quite different.
Traveling around the world, but I like the concept of it. It's a free roam kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. No, it really is. It's kind of reminiscent as to when. Do you remember the Do you remember the Mortal Kombat game that had the Taven and Dagon storyline on it? Might have been Street Fighter Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon.
Yeah, I remember playing that. It was interesting. Not a bad game, albeit the storyline for that was criticised. Like by gaming critics and that. They weren't too keen on it.
Heavily.
Yeah, I think it was just because Taven and Dagon were so bland as characters. I think that was one of the things that really dropped it down a peg. If it had been a storyline, if it was a storyline that kind of starred Scorpion and Sub-Zero, for example, then it probably would have been done better, or would have been rated higher, perhaps. Yeah, that might be the case. But good stuff. Kevin says the game is a blast. It's in a different direction, but pretty fun. That's a very fair assessment. Yeah, very good stuff.
It is fun, especially you learn the characters' movesets.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've got new characters on there, then you've got to learn something completely new, then, haven't you? Which that's what it's about with these games, isn't it? You've got to learn something new.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Terry is one of them.
Oh, Bogard from King of Fighters.
Yeah.
Well, that's a twist. I wonder if Mai Shiranui's on it. That'd be an interesting one.
So. I'll have to look again.
Right. I'm going to say it like Mai Shiranui versus Chun-Li. I think it's a dream fight for many a fighting game fan out there for artistic reasons, so we say. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, but that wasn't a bad one.
No. I remember you saying it certainly wasn't one of the weeks that you were looking forward to in terms of the LC. That's for sure. But again, everyone's got the preferences. Sonic was probably my weakest week.
Yeah, but give it my try still.
Yeah. No, it's appreciated, man. As I say, I think the three of us will all give it as good a go as we've got. But I guess that it's advantageous for the three of us because we're just running for fun, aren't we? We're just running to give it a go, see how we do, and it really don't matter because we're not competing, are we? We're just doing it to see how we would have fared against the competitors, which is really good. Noah, have you got any final thoughts on the results?
I think everyone still did a pretty good job, and I think that you guys are doing pretty good, and you guys are hanging in there pretty well. And good job, you guys.
Yeah, agree 100%. As I say, Sonic's a very, very tough game. And
keep it up.
I think it actually surprised me that we only had one completion. I thought we might have had maybe 2 or 3. Maximum of 4. But it's.
I agree. I kind of expected the one.
I think it just proves how tricky a game it can be. It's. There's a lot of good stuff about Sonic.
It can be. Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff about Sonic, but like from my own personal perspective, I'm not good at it. I've never owned it. Never wanted to.
Not many people played it.
Well, no, I mean, again, because the Mega Drive Genesis wasn't massively popular in America, was it? It was more of a European thing, I think. So, again, there is that.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe that element to it, perhaps. With that in mind, Noah, I'll just bring back the rules, just so that you can have a quick scan over those and give your opinions if you have any. Right, just bear with me 2 seconds here. I did this with Trina as well, so just went, give it a chance just to have a say on these things.
No, you're good.
It's only very fair that you get to do the same.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Cool. Right, there we go. I'll just keep it like that. Earlier on I put up the pictures of Street Fighter and the SNES, but it doesn't matter that much. But yeah.
Yeah. As long as I can read it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, those are the rules for Street Fighter. I mean, again, like all the rules, we went through them in extreme detail, didn't we, over the weeks just prior to the competition starting. So I think everything's pretty good here. I don't think we've kind of missed anything. I think we've been pretty thorough as always, and yeah, I'm happy with them. So yeah, just any final thoughts on the rules for or anything going for Street Fighter?
Good to go.
Great stuff. Excellent. Right. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, really good to have both yourself, Noah, and Trina in the results show as always. And everything you've got going on outside of the League Cup, all the best with it, and you know where me and Trina are if you need anything. So you keep doing what you're doing, my friend, and wish you all the very best with what you've got going on there. To all the competitors, keep up the great work. Really good stuff. Some really high quality runs, and just great to see some of the players mixing it up with others as well. Like Toby and Rob this week. I mean, the two of them really pulled out their A games. This week in particular, I kind of gave special shout outs for those two, just for the improvement. Especially with Rob, like what an improvement run. He got 4.5. He finished 4th overall this week.
Yeah, damn, Rob, he shot it pretty good.
He really did. And the funny thing was, Rob mentioned to me after the run, he PM'd me and he said, "Oh, Clive, that game, I wish I'd beaten it." So he was obviously confident. He was confident to do a solid run.
I feel that, dude.
But no, really good stuff. And it just keeps everything competitive now, doesn't it? You've got half a point at the top, half a point at the bottom. It's all to play for. It's like what I mentioned to you and Trina at the start of the season, when you're going to get all these little individual battles and group battles. It's not always about who's going to win the thing. You've got all these little battles going on in between the table, which is it's just great to see, and I really hope that everyone's enjoying themselves. Because I'm getting the impression from the runs that they are.
Me too. That's the best I would hope for.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of banter going on in that chat group. I mean, I don't post that often in there just because I'm just letting them do their own thing in there. I don't need to. I don't need to get heavily involved in it. But as long as they're all. When I see them coming up with some of the shit that they do, I just post that little gif of Greg turning around and walking away. I noticed that, yeah.
Bloody cats.
Oh no! I love that nose spray you've got. That nose spray is brilliant.
Yeah, that one I like to use.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Yeah, well, that's it. It's about enjoyment. It's about people having a bit of fun with all this, and just bringing their A games. And there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, a bit of a shout out for Jay as well. He suffered a really nasty injury at work. He suffered concussion at work midway through the week. So the fact that he was able to then come out and complete the game.
I was struggling.
No, it's fantastic that he got a completion in after getting an injury like that. So Jay, all the best to you, mate. I hope you're feeling better. I hope that you're fully recovered going into this next week. That one nasty. I mean, again, we could have. I mean, we haven't needed to do anything, but we could have. I reckon between the three of us, we could have arranged an emergency extension for Jay if he needed it. Due to suffering concussion midway through the week. It's nasty.
We could have.
Yeah. So in the end, Jay didn't need it, but I don't think I wouldn't have seen any problems if that situation had come about. I wouldn't have seen any problems with that. So Yeah, really good stuff. Right, I'll wrap it up here.
Agreed.
Yep, Noah, thank you so much for your help as always, mate. I really do appreciate it, and you know, thank you for all your input.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, no, honestly, it's
The pure joy to watch all these guys.
oh, it's good in it. Yeah, there's some fantastic runs every week, and you know, I mean, as I say, just seeing some surprise runs. You know, seeing those surprise runs like with Rob this week, it's just really good to see. And again, I think Street Fighter is going to bring out some different surprise runs again.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's a completely different game, different system again. I can't believe that we've got to week 4 before we've hit a SNES game. Like that's bizarre to me. That like you know,
I know, right?
I love the SNES. That's my favourite console. So the fact that we've had 3 games already that had nothing to do with the SNES is quite something. So yeah, no, again, really good stuff. I'm just trying to think, what's it been? It's been started with PS1, then arcade, and then Mega Drive, wasn't it? Yeah. There we go. Great stuff. Fantastic. Yeah, as I say, no, without you and Trina, this competition wouldn't exist. So you know, I really do appreciate both of you and all the help that you give me.
I think, yeah, most definitely without all these players too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, without all of the players, you know, we don't have a competition. You know, so it's really good. Toby, coming in at the very end of the stream. How are you doing, man? Toby, I will just very quickly, like these are the rules. So all of the rules and the results will be posted on the LC page as always. So don't worry about it, Toby, because I'm going to show you some stuff now anyway. But yeah, so these are the rules, so do have a good glance at these before you start practicing and doing your official run later in the week. But if I just minimise that, and I'll just bring up the results screen again. Right, lovely, yeah. There we go, that's all in view. Excellent. Yeah, so Toby, you had a great week, mate. You had a really good week, man. Really good. You got 3rd place overall for this week. Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, 3rd. You really did. No, you brought your A game there, man.
Pretty good.
You were the best of everyone. So basically, Jay beat the game. Chris reached the final boss, but didn't beat the final Robotnik, and then you were next. So you were kind of best of the rest in that regard. But no, really fantastic run from yourself there, Toby. And again, with you doing a fairly early run, it kind of set a good standard, you know, for everyone else. Hey, it's really good. And you're 4th overall, man. You're 4th overall, you know, in the scoring tables there with 13, and you're only, you know, you're 1 off James, you're 3.5 off Chris, 4 off Jay. You know, you get a couple more really good results over these next couple of weeks, and who knows where you could be, man. Honestly, you're having you and Chris are doing fantastic. In you know, with it being your first, and Cameron's doing very well as well. You know, everyone that's come in for the first time, you know, this season, you're all really doing very well. We've always had good competition, haven't we? In terms of like the ability of the top end of the players are really good every single season, and this is no exception. Some real A games coming out of everyone, and as I say, you only have to look at the you know, the variation of positions and points and everything on a weekly basis. It's great. You know, I'm just loving that everyone's mixing it up. You know, there's a real mix of results all over the shop. Hey, there's a delayed like from Trina.
That's the frog thing.
Well, she was in for the first half at stream, and then she's just done a like on Facebook. Hey dear. Good stuff. Thank you for the like there, Trina. Awesome opossum. As I say, one major part of the judging team, along with the equally excellent Mr. Noah. Oh, you was watching on YouTube. Right. Oh, very good.
My goal is I just try to do what I can.
and it's highly appreciated, mate. It really is. So yeah, hey Toby, no, just keep up the good work, man. You're having a fantastic debut season. And you know, Noah, thank you for putting it to Toby in the first place. You know, we wouldn't have known about Toby if you hadn't drafted him in. So, yeah, brilliant stuff. Really good.
That whole thing with Toby was kind of funny. He's never done a league before, so I kind of thought about putting his name forward.
Yeah.
I asked him too. I was like, "Hey, do you want to try it?"
I'm glad you did. Glad you did. He's kicking some butt here. He really is. It's, yeah. Just.
I'll say this: he's proven me wrong about quite a bit of things, and I'm glad.
I know, it's brilliant. I mean, you know, I didn't see Rob finishing fourth in any week, and that's no disrespect to him. It's just we've only got a sample size of what we experienced last season. You know, and he comes out with an absolutely stonking run on Sonic, and again now it's just closed up that bottom half, going into week 4, and
these guys have done really good.
Oh, they have. Yeah, it's highly appreciated. You know, the time and effort that you boys put into these games, it really.
Shouldn't have Dan, but
it is. Yeah, I kind of started the stream off by just mentioning about the situation with Dan there, and you know, in terms of the rules, you know, it's 2 no runs and you're out, so that's why he's still on the board there. He's still got a week to come back if he decides that he wants to, but he did make it kind of official. You know, with his message, but no, we wish Dan all the very best, and he's more than welcome to come back in season 6 if he wants to. So yeah, no, great stuff, really good stuff. Oh, bless Toby, he's blushing now. He's blushing, bless him. Oh, dear. Don't let your son see, Toby. He'll wonder why the colour of your skin's gone a funny colour. So all good. Yeah, there you go. As parents, we all have to come across rock hard and solid and unflappable, don't we? But I know this being a dad myself. Noah, you might have it all to come, my friend. You never know. So you've got loads of time, mate. You've got loads of time. Right, let's wrap it up there then, folks. What's that? You can't show any sign of weakness. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You really can't sometimes. You got to be.
Especially when half of them say there's some meat for the meat grinder.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm looking at Russell in particular on that one.
Oh dear. Well, the only person that's going to be putting Russell through a meat grinder is Trina, probably, because of this whole Canadian thing.
I don't know, Toby might be able to do as well.
Toby would probably gladly assist. I don't know. I'm not getting involved. These are not my words. As always, I am the innocent bystander.
You can turn that little handle.
Hey, Toby, I'm innocent in all this. Oh, hey, Trina says the next time I play, I'm coming for Russ. Yeah, it looks like Street Fighter might be a Lily week again. So yeah, we'll obviously look forward to that and all the other runs as well. Toby says my vote's on Russ. Yeah, all good.
Not this week. Russell's made it clear he sucks at Street Fighter.
Best Canadian bacon stream. Oh my god! Don't start talking about bacon. I like bacon. It's very tasty. I'll be getting a bacon. I'll be getting a bacon sandwich at my mum's tomorrow, actually. So. Yeah.
The live stream is execution.
Ouch! Says Trina. Explosive
with you, Russell.
explosive head emoji. Oh, dear. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Right, yeah, fantastic. Now, brilliant stuff. So, Noah, Trina, thank you so much, as always. And a big thank you to all the competitors for another great showing in week 3. Give it all you've got for week 4 as well. We're really looking forward to seeing what you can all come up with. Any questions about the game, folks?
You guys are doing really good.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. No, you're very welcome, Toby. Very welcome. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Yeah, so with all that in mind, folks, any questions about Street Fighter, do please get those questions in ASAP. You know, let's not have anything coming through on a Friday or a Saturday. You're more than welcome to ask on a Friday and Saturday, but earlier is the preferred option there.
Yeah. Sooner would be preferable.
Yeah. Too right. Right, great stuff. Well, with that in mind, folks, big thank you for watching. Noah and Trina, big thank you for popping in the Discord and giving your input there as well, much appreciated. We will be back next Sunday with more results, more previews, and hopefully some more surprise results as well. I'd love to see it. With all that being said, I might be on tonight with a proper stream. I'll say a proper stream. This was a proper stream, but with a gaming stream of some kind. Might even have a go at Street Fighter. I don't know. I'll have a think. I don't want to give too many secrets away. I should be reasonably decent on Street Fighter, in fairness. It's not my strongest Street Fighter though. My best one is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Mechanically, it does work a little differently and a bit quicker, which kind of suits me. I find the others.
Make sure you're playing the English US version.
Yes, that's a very good point. Actually, I spotted a rather Japanese version going on elsewhere previously. So yeah, make it the English US version. Pretty please, that would be appreciated. Yeah, that's a brilliant point there, Noah. Yeah, great stuff.
The Japanese version would be.
Well, I mean, it was funny because, like, even like on the Cammy fight, Cammy was saying different names for her moves, and it just didn't feel right. Like, she's got the cannon drill and the front kick, and she was one of them was like spiral arrow and something else as well. Like, nah, it's not right. It don't feel right. So yeah, definitely use,
something.
yeah, definitely use the English or US versions, if you please. Great stuff. Right, so yeah, I'll be back on later tonight, all being well. In the meantime, Noah, Trina, big thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day there, boys and girls and boys. And all the competitors and everyone else that's coming to watch the stream today. Big thank you, as always. I will get everything shared over to the LC page on Facebook. And Noah and Trina, there's something that came to mind a little bit that I will put in the judges chat for you to have a little ponder over. Nothing for this particular season, but just just going forward. Just a little idea, and I'll explain why. Because something basically popped up that made me think, right, we might need some backup here. So I will put it to you in the judges chat. Nothing serious, but definitely worth top secret. For now, it's best to discuss privately, and then we'll crack on at a later date. Yeah. In the meantime, folks.
Before we make anything publicly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Before we make any final decision, we'll have a good natter about it, and yeah, we'll see what we think. All right.
Okay.
Great stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Catch you in the next stream. See you later.